Alright guys, welcome back to my channel, back with some more boxing. Okay, so we're gonna talk about Deontay Wilder versus Tyson Fury. Okay, if you don't know who Deontay Wilder is, I believe he's the current WBC world champion in the heavyweight division. He's actually coming up on his, I think 10th defense fight for the title. He's supposed to be re-challenging Luis Ortiz and Tyson Fury later on next year. So then you have Tyson Fury, the lineal UK world champion, monster of a fighter. He's great. People actually rank him #1 for heavyweights since Anthony Joshua got dethroned by Andy Ruiz earlier, about a month ago. So recently, Deontay Wilder just defended his title against Dominic Breazeale, where he knocked out Breazeale in 2 minutes. And then you have Tyson Fury, who just defended his status by stopping Tom Schwartz by knockout in the 4th round. So their rematch is set for April 22nd of next year. That's what's going around. Now, here's my problem with the heavyweight division, okay? That is way too long. That is way too long. Honestly, they could have had this fight at the end of the year. They could have had this fight before the end of the year, because none of them were gassed at all. Like they were. If you look at the fight, Deontay Wilder was not even remotely tired. Considering that his knockout was 2 minutes in, 2 minutes into his round. Tyson Fury was just playing with Schwartz, like literally just playing with his ass in the ring, and. You know, it's a mega fight, so of course it needs time to build up. But man, I just feel like the hype is already there. Like the hype is already there. It's been there since like they first fought like last December. So now they fought last year in December, and it was a controversial decision because it came out to be a draw, which I can think is completely BS. But hey, that's boxing. That's what comes with the sport is. You know, politics, you know. Now, outside the politics, everybody believes that Tyson Fury won the fight. I am one of those people. They think that, well, the reason why they said it could have been a draw was for 2 reasons. Was that Tyson Fury won on points, obviously. But during the 10 count, you know, the referee let Tyson Fury go past, and I guess that was a reason. But to me, personally, it's a heavyweight mega fight. So if it ended in anything that wasn't a knockout, then I feel like this was going to happen anyway, considering that the heavyweight division really didn't have as much spark to it until just about a month ago where Andy Ruiz beat Joshua. Now, my problem with this is, one, it reminded me a lot of Triple G versus Canelo 1, where I think that Triple G won that fight. I really do believe that Triple G won that fight, but they drew it out for whatever reason. I don't know. It's just politics. That just comes with the sport. Much like how people lean towards a certain fighter, you know, in certain ways. So for me personally, I think that people are correct when they say Tyson Fury is, like, since Joshua has lost, is the #1, you know, to beat. I do personally believe that. But honestly, it gets kind of sad seeing that these fights take like a year and a half to make. Now, the first fight they did make very, very quickly. But for why it's in April of next year, I have no clue. And, you know, and I think, you know, my reason for this is there's not a lot of heavyweights worth watching the fight. I'm just being honest with you. You can name all the great heavyweights off the top of your on one hand. And if you can't, I'll do it for you right now. You have Anthony Joshua, Deontay Wilder, Luis Ortiz, fucking Tyson Fury, and Dillian White. And then maybe you have Joseph Parker and, you know, a few others. And that's it. There's no real, like, great heavyweights to fight. But what makes me mad about it is, like, no heavyweight wants to fight each other. It's kind of sad that, like, all the way up to this point, you know, Anthony Joshua and Deontay Wilder couldn't make it happen. I don't care about the politics, okay, for this situation. I don't give a fuck about the politics. You guys can do all that politic and bullshit all day. If that's what you want to be like, oh, Deontay Wilder didn't sign the contract, Anthony Joshua didn't sign the contract, who cares? It's like, if you really want the fight to happen, it'll happen. So I'm not gonna be the type of person that's gonna just be like, oh well, fuck all that, you know, and all that stuff. I'm not into that. When they fight, then we'll see it. But what annoys me is like Deontay Wilder has fought. He fought Dominic Breazeale. He fought Luis Ortiz. He fought Tyson Fury. He fought Stavern, and maybe one other person that was kind of notable. And then you got Tyson Fury. It's like I feel like heavyweights are taking easier fights, because if all the top heavyweights fought each other, it would be like it would be Tyson Fury, Deontay Wilder 3, and Luis Ortiz and Deontay Wilder 3. Like, just ridiculous amounts of fights between them, like going up to maybe 5 fights or something, because there's not anybody that's really good in the heavyweight division. But the reason why that is because you got to think, man, the heavyweight division is the hardest division to fight in. You know what I'm saying? Now, of course, you have your Crawfords, and you know, you got your Gervontas, and you got your Floyd Mayweathers and Manny Pacquiao's and all that stuff. But you got to remember, the weight class is for a reason. I'm not saying that any of those guys couldn't fuck up a normal guy, or even the average guy who's probably a little bit, the above average guy who's a little bit taller. But you got to remember, man, the reason why we have these weight classes is because just a small shift in weight, if you're a taller and bigger guy, by just by physics alone, this person would hit harder. Especially if they have a longer reach, if they have a lot more torque, if they have a lot of there's a lot of variables that go into it, on why that's why you don't see people that are 190 pounds fighting guys at 200, 220, 230. Because it's the small difference in a few pounds can make a huge difference in a fight. So for me though, it's kind of irritating, honestly, because this fight could be in December, and this could be solved in December. They could have a mega fight with the rematch of Joshua Ruiz, and then they could have a mega fight with Tyson Fury and Deontay Wilder. And then after that, what they can do is the person that wins each of those fights, let's say if Tyson Fury wins against Deontay Wilder, and then Andy Ruiz loses to Joshua, then Joshua and Fury will fight in April. You know what I'm saying? Because then it gives you something to like wait for. It builds up that anticipation more. But or if Deontay Wilder beats Tyson Fury and Ruiz beats Joshua again, then it'll be Andy Ruiz and Deontay Wilder in April. That just seems like the best, course of action for me. But everybody wants to go around and make all this hype. The hype is already there. People are already waiting for this fight. Why do we have to wait damn near a year to see this fight, when the first fight got made in almost like 3 fucking months? So, it's because there's a lot of money involved. There's a lot of politics. And I don't want to blame the fighters, because to me, I feel like it's a lot about the promotion team. It's a lot of politics in fighting now. And don't get me wrong, it's a dangerous sport. And I can definitely understand that you want to be at your best and tip-top shape. But it's like, I feel like that's why boxing is kind of losing its legacy a bit, considering that the top guys before just made the fights happen. They would just be doing it in way quicker fashion than this, for the glory of it. Now, don't get me wrong, I do believe that these guys do have the glory and have what it takes. It's just, I want to see them, they didn't break a sweat in these fights. So what's the point of waiting until April to train for what? You just fought them in December, and all you might need is just a little bit of more fine tuning and a couple more weeks of training camp, and then you're ready to fight again. They didn't even break a sweat in that fight, man. They didn't break a sweat at all. Neither of them. So, with that being said, yeah, I'm a little disappointed that it's probably going to be in April. That doesn't mean there's going to be a shitty fight, because I do plan to watch it. But, man, I'm just kind of disappointed that it has to be so long, considering that they use almost no effort to just annihilate their opponents, especially Deontay Wilder. He beat Breazeale so bad, Breazeale deleted his social media for a couple months. It was crazy. But with that being said, guys, let me know what you think. Thank you so much for watching the content and fucking with the channel. I'm gonna keep going on and making these videos and being, and trying my best to get them out to you guys, because this is the sport that I love. So I really hope you guys fuck with it. I'll catch you later in the next video. Peace.